6 lethal river monsters in the world. Goliath tigerfish. This aquatic animal is so vicious and aggressive that it has a supernatural status in the local community. There are many legends revolving around the Goliath tigerfish, and one of them is that it is possessed by an evil spirit. In Congolese culture, a malicious entity controls the animal and strikes any person who comes near it. It is also believed that if someone sees the fish at the start of the voyage, then they are going to have terrible luck. Goliath tigerfish can only be found in Africa and nowhere else. They breed in the rivers and lakes of the Congo River Basin. They are the meanest-looking river monster in the world and have lethal teeth that resemble huge spiked daggers and are the size of eagle talons. And the more terrifying fact about this fish is that it can grow as big as a human. However, its bite is stronger than that of a person. Goliath tigerfish are unpopular among anglers as they are notorious for ripping chunks out of people who try to pull them out of the river. Large-tooth sawfish. It is a type of ray that has a long chainsaw-like snout at the end of its face and is one of the most unique biological marvels in the world. The 20-feet sawfish, which can live up to 35 years, is a massive predator and as terrifying as a miniature shark. The snout is called a rostrum and is used for two important things, first for hunting and second for detecting electric fields. It has thousands of tiny organs working together to activate the animal's sixth sense, detecting the invisible electric field emitted by all living organisms. Scientists call it a distant touch as this marine animal does not depend on sound or sight but the rostrum for everything. When it comes to hunting, the chainsaw-like structure terminates the prey by moving it back and forth, cutting it into small, digestible pieces. The large-tooth sawfish also uses the rostrum to fight off potential predators, things like sharks and saltwater crocodiles. Nile crocodile. The 20-featuring aquatic animal can easily claim the title of the most terrifying crocodilian, as it is known for striking over 200 people every year. This South African crocodile is one of the most lethal creatures that hopefully you will never encounter. According to a source, Mavis was on her way to a church located close to the border of Botswana and Zimbabwe. It was 7 p.m., and the girl had to cross the Lepella River. She had almost reached the end of the river when she screamed for help. Her friends came rushing and saw a crocodile dragging their friend back into the river. One of Mavis's friends took a stick in her hand and tried to poke the vicious animal in the eye. Thankfully, the crocodile gave up on its dinner and swam back, but the strike of the animal left some severe injuries on the victim's body. Mavis was taken to a clinic for treatment. Unfortunately, after struggling for 5 days, she finally gave up and passed away. Although the authorities cannot guarantee what kind of crocodile injured the poor woman, they think that it must be a Nile crocodile. Mavis lost her life in 2019, and before her, the ferocious marine animal had already eliminated 48 other people. The White River Monster. One of the premier mysteries of Arkansas, also known as Whitey, has become a local legend since 1915. It is believed that a strange creature is lurking in the depths of the White River in Arkansas and people have named it the White River Monster. Although its existence hasn't been confirmed yet, residents think it is real, and the legislature has made it illegal to hunt or harm the animal. The first person to spot the mystical marine animal was Quapaw Indians, who claimed that this monster flipped a warrior's canoe and went back to the depths of the river. Another similar incident took place around the civil battle when the local historians credited the White River Monster for overturning a Confederate gunship. This strange animal looks like a snake and is said to be 30 feet long with a spiny backbone and makes a loud bellowing sound. In 1937, a local farmer claims that he has seen the White River monster several times, and according to him, it rises to the surface in the late afternoon and swims for 5 to 15 minutes with its head under the water. Others believe that since the animal has not been spotted for several years might have passed away as the water level has decreased, making it too shallow to live in. However, the truth is that there is no solid evidence if the White River monster actually exists or not. The Florida Arapaima. Florida beachgoers spotted a river monster lying lifeless, raising concerns about whether this gigantic fish has joined the ever-growing list of invasive species. Authorities were worried that the most lethal aquatic creature of the Amazon jungle have begun to breed in Florida waters. The Arapaima is among the largest known freshwater species that can grow up to 14 feet and weigh 440 pounds. Although the monstrous creature can survive in the warm waters of Florida, aquatic ecologist Solomon David claims that there is nothing to worry about. According to him, the Arapaima needs specific requirements to breed, and the one found on the beach was probably an exotic pet thrown into the water. A small number of Arapaimas are imported into the U.S. from Peru and Bolivia each year to be sold as pets to aquarium hobbyists. While in Florida, the creature is listed as conditional species, which means that a person needs permission to keep one. However, if the population explodes in the area, it can prove to be very life-threatening for the people. Arapaimas are known to eat anything and everything and are fast swimmers as well. If they headbutt a person, it can make their heart stop. Getting hit by them is like getting hit by a wrecking ball. Radiation catfish. These are the giant catfish found in the most infamous place, the Chernobyl power plant, where the disaster struck in 1986. The power plant had leaked radiation into the atmosphere, and as a result, there were many reports stating that the catfish had mutated. Later on, these claims were rejected and it was concluded that these giant catfish are naturally huge. According to South Carolina radiation specialist Dr. Timothy Musso, radiation would cause mutations of a much different sort. However, very few mutations lead to gigantic growth. It is something that happens in science fiction but not in real life. When Jeremy Wade of River Monsters captured one of these catfish at Chernobyl and declared it to be 16 times more radiated than a normal catfish, it was true. But, it was not alarming as people made it out to be, although the radiation did affect the aquatic animal, not enough to turn them into a super mutant. These are Wells catfish, a species known to reach ridiculously huge sizes. Some of these fish can grow to 800 pounds, 363 kilograms, although they're typically closer to around 350 pounds, 100